Okay, so we're gonna be starting. Good morning to you all, wherever you're watching from. Good morning to you. So we're going to be starting right away. We're starting right away. We're starting right away. So it's a new week here. It's a new week and market has already started moving in a certain pattern. Some trades, I've taken some trades. Some trades have hit stop loss, some have hit TP. And what I'm going to be doing today is simply checking for other trades that I can take today also, or other trades I'll be able to take to run throughout the week. So wherever you're listening from X, from YouTube, from what's it called now, X, YouTube, Telegram, anyway, just make sure you share the session with people. Anything from X, just use the retweet, like retweet it. Alright, so we're starting with USDJPY. Now looking at USDJPY, what I can see here is that price is still bullish, right? And I've been expecting price to fill up this liquidity, fair value gap. I've been expecting price to fill up fair value gap like since last week because of this impulsive move that dropped. That's this whole move here. I've been expecting price to like come there. There's also a very long fair value gap here also. So I've been expecting it, and that's what price has been doing. So price is in an expansion mode, and it will continue to expand, I think, until it gets to the fair value gap, and then we might begin to see rejections from that fair value gap area. Alright, so but for now, if you want to do anything for USDJPY, given the nature, if you look at the way it's moving, right, it's very choppy. It's not an impulsive move. Price is not just move once, so it's usually best in this kind of market to just wait for liquidity sweep. So you wait like around all these lows, you check it now in 2-hour time frame, like these lows here. Okay, there's another one here, and then there's actually an unmitigated POI right here. If I just come out like this, so you just wait for what price is going to do below these levels. Like price is going to enter here like this now, and then maybe something like this, and then okay, you can trade the continuation from here upwards. Okay, so but you have to wait. Besides, today is just Tuesday, so the week is just starting. Price is going to be taking out liquidity, stretching out to take out Friday's highs and Friday's lows on different days. Alright, so just like stay prepared. Whatever you do today, just be prepared. Alright, so for USDJPY, this is what I'm expecting. The price is still bullish. I'm only expecting to take a continuation on it, and if price does this movement I'm waiting for is one that I'm expecting to see in a lower time frame, say 5 minutes. So if I see it in 5 minutes, I'll take a buy from there. So that's on USJP value. Then I have a trade already here on USD card. It looks like a very tight trade, but I want to just see what's going to happen. So I have a sell balance here. I'm waiting for confirmation though. So let me just take this one to one side. I'm waiting for a sell confirmation. The reason why I want to sell there is because of this field. When price went up here like this, it pulled down. It was supposed to break up, but it came down. Usually this signifies like a temporal shift in market structure. Temporal, so it's what you refer to most of the time as change of character ahead. So I'm just waiting for a shift of structure. And I think let's check for mitigation. But I know it has happened already. So price has already shifted here. This 5 minutes, the price has shifted it here already here. Let's see whether it has tapped into 23.6%. That's the level I usually use. Okay, so it does not tap into 23.6%. As I said, I'm waiting for it. So if it taps into 23.6% and if Fibonacci level, then I will take this trade. Until then, I wait. Even though it's even close to entry, I don't really care. I will wait until it does that. Okay, so yeah, so that's for USD cash. By the way, other people can still be bear and bullish, yes, or I just want to sell this guy. I'm seeing something that might happen soon. Then for USD CHF, I don't know what this one wants to do especially because of these weeks, especially because of weeks, not because of anything else, but this week I don't like trading market that has too many weeks. Usually what it signifies is a range in markets. It means that price action is not ready to go in a particular direction for long. You get, it's not ready, viable to go in a particular direction. So usually choppy, let me use that word. So I'll just be waiting till tomorrow is Wednesday. That's when I used to take most of the trades I take, and because of the Wednesday distribution that usually starts on Wednesday down to on Friday. So I'll be waiting for price to just play out at the end of today. Then by tomorrow we'll still have the live session like this. So by tomorrow we'll know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Okay, so that's on USD CHF though. I'm waiting for price to come into the higher levels, but you know price now can do whatever it wants to do. Then for GBP USD, now this one is tricky because it looks like it wants to flip. I don't know, but it's just like it's tricky because yes, price came up to fill fair value gap here, but it's not responding from. Okay, hold on. So this is the fair value gap here. Okay, then if you check it here, this is like a level here, of which price did not like really mitigate. It just tapped into it. That's why I said it's tricky, because what I was expecting is, honestly speaking, what I was expecting for GBP USD was, okay, before any sell continuation even happened, anything at all, price will really tap into a key level, given that key level will also be proportional to maybe one of the PDRs, like the fair value gap or the other blocks. So I was really waiting for it up on this level. Why? Because there are so many key levels yet to use that will initially send price down. So, but this already happened. There's no confirmation yet though. I have not seen any confirmation I can use. I I've not seen the one that I usually use now. I'm not saying there's no confirmation there, but the one I usually use, I've not seen it. So I'll be waiting also for how GU will definitely react from here. Even if I miss it, I don't care. So for GU, the price is bearish right now. There might be an incoming bullish move very soon, very soon. Then this one is ranging. This is GBP JPY. So you see GJ has not left this box since that news last week. Was it last week now or the week before? There was a news that happened across all JPY pairs where price just fell down everywhere, sell everywhere was bearish. So since then this guy has not recovered. He's still expanding or is ranging, consolidating, trying to pick the next available direction to move to. So until then, I will be staying out of anything like this. I don't usually like trading a ranging market. Usually very confusing, to be honest. So yeah, this one is GBP CHF. Now if you look at the structure is still there, bearish. So you have this high, you have this low. Okay, so this low here, right? Then you have this high, you have this low here. All right, so the structure is still very much bearish. So you have this like this, something like this. Yeah, this is what you have here. Now price just taps into this level, and so we might see a continuation from where we are. That's why I actually marked that level down. What I was just waiting for was just what's it called now, confirmation. That was what I was waiting for. So I will check. Let me see 5 minutes first. So price has mitigated where I would have used on the norms. Now this is what I was saying. Okay, I will just wait for a few pullbacks because normally that's where I will sell from. So first POI, I seem to have missed it. This is type 2 displacement. I thought people that can remember, I thought about displacement. There's type 1 and then there's type 2. So for type 1 displacement, maybe you have a POI like this. If you have your POI like this, and then in the minute time frame you see a move like this, you want to sell, so you then see a displacement like this. This is type 1. So price mitigates POI, then shifts the low that led to that mitigation. It will shift. That's type 1 displacement. Then for type 2 displacement, you see something like this. Price, oh, that's a mistake. You'll see something like this. Price goes up, then mitigates this POI, alright, but you would not see a shift of that low that led to the mitigation. What you then see is price will pull down, go up, then break below. So the moment you see this, you can sell from above that level downwards. This is usually what I refer to as type 2 displacement. So you sell from above this level. Most of the time when I'm teaching or saying all these things, I'll tell you that don't take my word for it. Okay, don't take my word for it. Do your own due diligence to check it out. So this is a confirmation I use also when I don't see type 1 displacement. It's not like the name. That's why I just call it type 1 and type 2. If I don't see one, I will see 2. If I don't see 1 or 2, I leave the market alone. There's no need for any name here. So that's what happened here. So this is the mitigation on the PO right there, and then it made this high drop down, just like as I explained it. So like this, then drop down. The only thing you do is to sell immediately after that liquidity, nothing else. So there's a sell from here like this. Your stop loss will then be above that high that price is coming from. So you send it down. So this one might be a very long sell though. So let's see. Send it to the external range liquidity there. Alright. So this one now, there might be confirmations that we can also use to jump into the trend. All right, there's definitely going to be a confirmation to jump into the trend. Just wait a bit. We're already in London's session, right? Before even the New Year session, or we are going to definitely see a retracement. Once you get a retracement, and enter the trade and just follow the trend downwards. For now, it is bearish. You know, anything can happen, and so that's why it's usually advisable that you manage your risk, you manage your trade, and you don't trade haphazardly. Trade with your sense. So that's on GBP-CHF. There's a sell running on it now. Then for GBP-AUD, I think I posted this yesterday. I didn't post a lot of trades yesterday, so I posted this on X yesterday, that you can buy, so that you should buy when price gets to this level. So I'm actually watching that level too. I'm watching. As you can see, you can see that my alert is set, everything is set. Now it's quite simple, right? You have, if you understand structure very well, you know we only have bearish and bullish structure. Apart from those two structures, then we have consolidating market. The best way to do your analysis, the best way for you not to have analysis paralysis here, is to identify the structure of the market. Once you identify the structure of the market, the only thing that remains is to find an entry that you're going to use, you know, to ride that particular structure. So looking at this, you know, why I'm saying this, I'm putting it in a way that is simplified. Remember then when we used to collect lectures on, is it computer now? Yeah, the Cisco or something, I've forgotten it. They'll tell you the first thing that you do when you want to, when you're faced with a problem, especially when it's computer related, you troubleshoot it, right? The first thing is to identify the problem. So if you don't know the problem, you cannot solve the problem. So identify. So same way, when you are making analysis, just identify the trend or the structure. Once you know that, the other things come easy. So from here now, what can we say is the structure of the market? We cannot say it is bearish anymore. Why? Because there is a significant break of structure here. This is the 4 hour. See, I don't go below 4 hour identify my structure. This is the 4 hour low and this is the 4 hour high. And so price has already, you know, breached that particular structure. And then also to add to it, I can say, okay, this is a high here, and I can draw this one like this and say, okay, there is a trend line, even there's a trend line breakout also on this structure. Okay, there's a trend line breakout on the structure. Now it doesn't mean that, oh, since there's a trend line breakout on the structure, that our price is just going to just do what's, you know, buy. No, it's not by force, because that's just an internal structure. There's still an external structure here like this. So there's an external structure in this place like this. Alright, so the external structure is having a, is it a fake out now? We'll have it now. So we would need confirmations to confirm, okay, yes, this guy is ready to buy or to sell. But for me, yeah, for now, this structure that is here, I'm faced with this particular structure, this structure that is here, I'll be buying from here. Why? Because this high has been flipped, and if you see this here, I'm only willing to just buy when it comes down to this. This is what you refer to as your breaker block, right? So when price comes back to this place, I'll be buying, and I'm going to be buying to the upside. You get that? And again, upon confirmations, I would not take a trade if I don't get a confirmation on that trade. I won't take a trade if I don't get a confirmation on the trade. You get? So yeah, so that's it. That's on GBP AUD. Alright, GBP AUD. So next one we're going to look at is GBP CAD. So for GBP CAD, you can see that this one also did that same thing. I was waiting for it to really pull into the structure very well, but I don't know what they do these things that they run. So for GBP the structure is bearish, trend is bearish, it's a bearish market, and this is just a classic support turn resistance moves, or want to refer to it as demand turn supply, or you call it, what is this thing called again, breaker block. So a bearish breaker block. So that's the case here. Or is this not even a breaker block or a mitigation block now? Because the trend has been established to be bearish, so this should be a mitigation block. And what price did here is responded, or it's mitigated this fair value gap in the 4-hour time frame like this, and it's going down. So I'm setting that there is already a confirmation in the 5 minutes. Okay, you can you see what I just explained to you about displacement? So if you have a mitigation, you can easily go to your 5-minute time frame. There's no need to go below. You know, sometimes you might want to do more than yourself. So if you have a displacement, you want to check for a displacement rather in the minute time frame. From what I've just explained, also if you look at this clearly looks like a type 2 displacement. Price dropped down from here, leaving this high, so you just sell downwards. Again, like I said, you don't have to take my own words for it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can. So this is the breaker structure here. So the high that led to that break is here. So you don't take my word for it, right? You can make sure that you confirm these things yourself, whether these things happen or not. Alright. So whether they happen or not, you can make confirmations yourself. So this is a trade running on GBP. The trend is bearish, and it will definitely have a pullback, right? If you know what to look out for, it will have a pullback. So you can take a bearish move to ride the trend downwards until there's a shift. If there's no shift, there's no need to run anywhere. So you can take the trend downwards. And take this sell down. This is one of the trades that I posted something this morning that I was waiting for a few pairs and they ran away or they left. This was one of them. This is one of them. So but I'll get a re-entry very soon, and I'm going to be riding the trade down, so no panic here. GBP. The next we have is on Euro USD. What is this? I want to buy Euro USD here, and I've been waiting for confirmation since. Let me see if it has actually done anything. So okay, exactly. Sorry. So after this, I've been waiting for price to take out this high. This thing is so slow. I'm waiting for price to take out this high here, this particular high here. I've been waiting for it since. This one just went to sweep it. I was waiting for a proper break of it, and it has not happened till now, so I will still be waiting. Anytime it's ready, once it takes it out, I will buy. But for now, since there's no confirmation, I am staying off the market on Euro USD. Staying off the market. Then for Euro JPY. Now looking at Euro JPY here, this guy is trying to trade up all the JPYs. If you check out the JPYs, in fact, they are trying to just cover up that gap, this whole impulsive move that happened a few weeks back. So that's what is happening at the moment, and we can also see that there is a breakout here. There's a breakout here already. So anything I want to happen from here will be to buy. I can see a fair value gap here. So anything that you want to do now, I'll just use this level as demand, is to buy. I would like to see displacement in 15 minutes in this level here. 15-minute displacement here. Once it happens like this, I'm buying straight to that high. So I'll buy straight to that high. Instead of there's even another block. Instead of using the fair value gap, just bring it down here. So I'll be buying straight to that key level there on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so that's on Euro JPY, by the way. Then for Euro AUD, okay, I already had a trade here and it's already hit the take profit already. So the classic trade was, I think I posted it, there was a breakout from 4 hours. And you look at it, there's a breakout from 4 hours, and then I only waited for, okay, how would this thing break structure? The kind of breaker structure that he had suggested that, okay, price might sweep liquidity here. So only thing you had to do was wait for the sweep of liquidity, which occurred here, and then I just took the trade from here. Now I would have taken this trade and gotten more. That's the truth, because there's a fair value gap here. This is a fair value gap actually, like this. It's very tiny. So this is where my stop loss is supposed to be. The trade is supposed to be like 7R. But given that I'm not too familiar with tight stop loss, I'm not familiar with tight stop loss at all. So what I just did was extended it to cover up the second fair value gap, which is this, the 2-hour fair value gap here. I just covered it so that just in case price wants to expand through weeks or raid people out, I will not be part of those ones that are taken out. So I still took out something good. 3R is still okay, and price just hit TP. So the structure is meant to continue, right? Structure is meant to continue. So for those ones that know how to, how to get into the trade, Euro AUD is bullish for now. So Euro AUD is bullish for now. It's bullish. Alright, now next one is Euro GBP. Now for Euro GBP, this one I'm even expecting it to continue going on because there's a fair value gap here that I've been waiting for mitigation, and price has eventually mitigated it here. So price mitigated this one here. If you look at the structure, where do you see breaker structures happening? You see the breaker structures happening to the upside, and so that means we're in a bullish market. Okay, price has been breaking structures to the upside, so this is a bullish market. And now that price has made a very big pullback, right? I expect it to continue going up. But this is Euro GBP, and again, mind you, this is, I used to say it in every session that we have, that I analyze all these pairs. Doesn't mean that I trade all of them. I'll repeat it again, that I analyze all these pairs does not mean that I trade all of them. I have the ones that I trade. Okay, that these are the ones that are in my watch list, these are the ones I watch, these are the ones I take. The only reason why I analyze all the pairs, is because usually I'll be getting messages on the chat box or in the chat room, or in the live chat like this, that what's it called now, please check this pair, or please check that pair, please check this pair. So I didn't want that to happen. That's why I just added all of them together. So I have a segment where I added all the pairs. So anyone that you trade, if it's that you are trading a weird pair, you see it there. If you trade a general pair, you see it there. Alright, now on Euro card is bearish. I missed this trade yesterday night. That's the rollover. I missed this trade. Price is bearish. I've been waiting, eventually missed it, but no problem. I know the fear anything. I will still catch it another day. That's just the thing. Hold on, let's check something else. You take this. Ula balu lingua. Dancia. Yeah, you're on Euro AUD by. Is this okay? See, I only read this sell. Hold your sell now. Because I analyzed buy does not mean that you should close your buy. Hold your sell. So yeah, this is what's going on here. Okay. I had to quickly check this one if I'm not like making any mistakes again. Why is he kind of like tricking me like this? This guy is not serious. So the structure I'm seeing in 4 hours is different from the one I'm seeing in 1 hour. But I know what to do, sha. So this guy is bearish, as you can see, and it will continue going down until drawn liquidity is met here. So you that are selling Euro AUD, your sell is still like even valid, because if price continues to go down from where it is right now, it will definitely take out that drawn liquidity, the low that we have there. So you don't have anything to fear now. You have nothing to be afraid of. Alright, and you should not be changing your bias because somebody said something. We don't do that. We don't do that here. I encourage you to make your analysis. Trust your analysis. Not after making your, make sure you trust it. You get. So this NZD USD price mitigated fair value gap here corresponded to the key level. This key level here, this level corresponding with this level here, and we most likely see a bearish continuation here to take out this external range liquidity, alright, or the sell side liquidity, as you can see. Okay, so that's on NZD-USD. I expect price to continue the bearish move. Then for NZD-JPY, this guy is also not, it has not given us a trendy move like that, so I'll be leaving it alone. I'll be leaving NZD-JPY alone because the structure is not clear. Then for NZD card mitigated the fair value gap in 4 hours, but it did something tricky. So there's this fair value gap here, there's this fair value gap here, so it responded to this, or respected this. Although the reason why I say this something tricky is because it did not respect any key level. It's not like there's a support turn or support turn resistance, supply, demand, no, nothing like that. This is just like a free zone. Usually when I see a trade on a free zone like this, I just used to avoid them. I avoid them at all costs. Why? Because there is no past data to support that level to hold. So NZD card, avoid it. Then for NZD CHF, this one actually made a breakout here. This is a breakout, classic breakout here. So if I even want to take a sell now, okay, I can take a sell from current market price like this, the high that it has made here, down like this. Yeah, so this is a very viable sell, very viable. 3 hour. So maybe you want to take the trade. This is it now. So 3 hour, maybe you want to take the trade here. This is it. The entry is at 0.40. Wait, that's current market price though. That's current market price. And the stop loss is at 0.46175. 0.46175. There, as you can see, the take profit is around 0.4587. 4587. Okay. So I'm just leaving it a bit for those ones that usually are interested in taking the trade, or if not, I'd have taken it off. Alright, so I'm waiting and I'm waiting. We don't do that here. If you are taking any, hold your trade though. I'm on a sell on Euro AUD. In this place for here, we don't do that though. If you hold your analysis, hold it. If which one be TP on Aqua Funded? Waiting. No, you guys are funny in this Telegram channel. So if you hold your analysis, if I'm taking my own analysis and they are different, me, I will even get angry at you if you change your own. Why? Because I support believing in your own self and believing in your own analysis. The only time I'll tell you that, okay, oh yeah, now just like follow what I'm doing and all that, is when over time you have taken you are used to taking your own trade, and overall you have a negative results, negative performance. That is the only time I'll tell you that, okay, no, yeah, just follow what I'm doing. It's like you're doing something you get, because you know the markets, we're in this market together. You can be buying, I can be selling, right? You will hit TP, I will hit stop loss. So this is not respective, it's not in respect of who has more experience. And I can be buying, you can be selling, I will hit TP, you hit stop loss. And you know how mad and crazy this market can be. You can buy, I can sell, or I can buy and you can sell, right? And we will both hit stop loss. That's how crazy this market is. So I strongly believe and I strongly advocate that you believe in your own self. The only time that I would now advise that, okay, do this, do that, is when you have been taking trades and majority of your trades are not panning out. Majority of those trades are usually hitting stop loss all the time. So that's the only time, alright? I'm going to remove this one now. I think people that are taking the trade should have taken it already on NZD-CHF. So I'm very sure that people that want to take it should have taken it already. So the next one that we're going to be looking at here is on, let's see, AUD. I already have a running trade here now. It's almost at TP. So I was waiting for 4 trades yesterday night. I think I missed 2, but I was able to get 2. So this one has 2 entries actually. I have a swing entry and I have a mini time frame entry also. So what I did here was simple. Looking at the structure of the markets, it clearly looks like price has broken out. Let me show you properly. So yeah, this is it. So if you look at this now, peradventure we use a trend line. You might not even use it, there might not be need to use it, but if you use a trend line like this now, you see that there's a breakout, right? This is an external structure. This one is external structure. This is not internal structure. External structure, there is a breakout already. But what really gave it for me here was this. I usually used to tell you that, see, when price breaks more than one low or breaks more than one high in a in an opposite direction of where it's going to, it's no longer liquidity that is being swept. That market is already shifting its structure. So if you look at this, right, price went up initially. I'm not gonna lie, from last week I was expecting this guy to sell AUD-USD. I was expecting to sell. I drew this thing here. So the moment I was supposed to take the sell from here, but I can't lie, I did not take it. There's no need for me to tell you that, oh, I did this or not. No. So I could not take this trade here, but I saw it mitigate the level that I marked. Why did I mark that level? For those ones that were in one of the live sessions, right, this happened like this. So in that live session that day, I was telling you that, okay, if price comes above this level, now this is like type 2 displacement, like I've taught from the beginning of this session. I said if price goes above this high, that I was going to be selling from there. Why? Because price was supposed to come deep down, the bullish move, right? It was supposed to come inside, then mitigate a key level or a key POI, then continue the bullish move. But instead of doing that, it just came a bit below, then came back up here. I just know that okay, I was expecting it to like okay do something there, and eventually it just boom took it up. So it did a change of character here. If you are familiar with change of character, a change of character occurs when price breaks structure in an opposite direction in the trend. So it's supposed to continue in a bullish structure here, but it breaks structure. This one, it breaks structure in an opposite direction. It's supposed to break structure upwards, but opposite direction in the previous trend. And so after that, you can take your trade using change of character. And that's what I was supposed to do, but I did not take it. I can't lie, I didn't take the trade. I was already on too many trades. I could not take the trades. Most of you saw the trade I took last week. Everybody saw it, so there were many already, so there was no need for me to take. And so price eventually came down, but the structure that it broke was what I was concerned about. So it broke the structure, and then broke this one also before market closed here. That was enough reason for me to say okay, there's going to be a continuation. So the only thing I just did was simple. I marked out the fair value gap first off in the 2-hour time frame. That okay, the only 2-hour fair value gap is here, and this guy already looked like, you know, SBI, whatever you guys used to trade, that structural liquidity and whatever. This is how it looks like. That's just exactly how this trade looked like. So what I did was wait for mitigation of that POI, of which price mitigated the fair value gap. So you go to 5 minutes now. I want to show you something of why I said it is better for you to wait for confirmation. There is no need for you to rush it. No need. Okay, so this is where price mitigated yesterday. This was yesterday in the morning towards afternoon. I don't know, afternoon. It was afternoon. I saw it when price mitigated this. So this was the mitigation of the POI here in the afternoon. Okay, now what did I tell you? I made a post about displacement that I said before every buy move there will be a sell move in the lower time frame before it displaces. Displaces is to shift, and then the same thing with the sell move. Before every sell move there will be a lower time frame buy move. I'm just using layman English so you will understand. There's no need for me to complicate it. So in lower time frame you see price will buy first before it starts selling. So those levels of shifts is what I refer to as displacement. ICT is one that taught displacement. So this is the mitigation of the POI here. So if you look at this now, you can see that okay, price was going up here, going up, but has not mitigated. So any shift that occurs before mitigation, we don't count it as viable. And then we had this, and then this is the mitigation here. So when price mitigated this, the only thing I was waiting for yesterday was for price to do what? To displace this low. This is the low that was responsible for pushing price to that mitigation. And so after the displacement, that was all. And then I entered. Now I don't use PDRAs when I'm using like this. When I'm using displacement, what I use is Fibonacci. So there are some kind of, I don't know if I can teach all these things in one session, but I've taught it before. Maybe I'll just teach it again. There are some kind of price movements. I call them abnormal and normal. They're just, some of them are normal, some of them are abnormal. So when you see a structure like this, I'll just teach it. There's no need. So when you see a structure like this is a lower time frame move, right? So when you see a structure like this, is not the same with this one. It went too high than this guy. So if there's going to be a displacement in this level like this, yeah, I would not use, I used to use Fibonacci level. So I would not use the normal level I used to use. Normal level I use is 23.6. What I will use here is 50%. So I will usually wait for price to come back to 50% before I'll take a sell. Why? Because the reason I'm taking the sell at 50% is because that level at the point where it displaced is an abnormal level. You see the high, it went too high. So the break of structure, after it broke the structure to the upside, it was too high, it was too far. Let me use the word far. It was too far. So when it's too far like that, when price comes down and eventually displays, I will just wait for mitigation in the 50% on the Fibonacci level. But peradventure, let's say it's a normal displacement, say it was not too far, it was just something like this, yeah, it's just like this. So let me just do it like this, yeah. So it's not too far, something like this here. This is a normal one. Now what I will do is I'll use 23.6. I'm very sure that before the session ends I'm going to see a trade that I took with the 23.6. I'm certain. So yeah, this one I will then use 23.6. I use only Fibonacci levels when doing these entries. I don't use PDRs. For those ones I used to ask in my XDM. So if you look at this now, right, this was the displacement here. This is the low that led to the displacement. The break of structure, the level when it broke that structure, is it close? No, the answer is no, it's not close. So it was far, and given that it's far, the only thing I have to do is to use my Fibonacci level, draw from the high to displacement high to the displacement low here, and then use what, 50%. So if you can see, the entry is exactly at where this 50% here, so the entry is exactly at where 50%, and so you can ride that trade to the downside like that. There's no magical, you can make trade, so it's just small. But this was my second entry. Like I said, I was already on a swing entry from the 4 hour. I used 2 hour mitigation of POI. Everybody knows that I even trade already. There's nothing that these guys don't know. I've said it over and over again. So I use 4 hours for direction, 1 hour for confirmation, 2 hours for POI mitigation. That's all. So this one is a lower time frame entry. I had this as a second position, right, and the trade is still running, so it's closed. So I'm having a one swing trade which is 4 hour and also the 3 hour in the lower time frame. And I hope you got something about the displacement. I've talked about displacement as type 1, type 2 today a lot, and this one I just taught you. So this is AUDJPY. Now looking at AUDJPY, right, oh, this one has actually even covered the whole gap and the whole shenanigan. I've been waiting for it to mitigate this level here, right, because from the 2 hour time frame the structure is already bearish, like it shifted last week here, it shifted. So what I was waiting for is like a pull into this demand, sorry, supply, and then I'll take a sell, but that hasn't happened yet. And I'm one that is very patient. I am very patient. I can wait 3 weeks, 4 weeks. In fact, there's some days I used to wait almost a month if I even take a trade. I don't really care, but I know that I will take the trade and the trade will go well. You get me? Alright, so that's on AUDJPY. I'm waiting. Then I had a trade also on AUDCHF. We'll get there in a moment. So but for AUD card, you can see that the structure of the market also shifted when price took out these lows. You call them trend and liquidity. To me, I just see them as normal structure. And also, if for someone that has been following me for a long time, you would notice that there is no time you will hear me or see me bash anybody's style of trading. In fact, if I see you do that, I'll just be like, okay, you're still a kid or whatever or whatnot. Everybody has their own unique style of trading. However the person trades, the person understands it to a level, and that's why they trade in a certain way. So I don't bash, I don't want it, I don't like to bash anybody's style of trading or anything. Alright, so let's proceed. Can you outline the obstacles out for me? Okay, so let's proceed. Yeah, if you look at this, I was waiting, I would have taken this sell, but I was waiting for price to at least come into the fair value gap on that level there, but it did not happen, and so I missed it. So the structure is supposed to continue going down now. So you have your high, break of structure, another high, and price will eventually break structure here very soon, very soon. So that's an AUD card. Then for AUDCHF, okay, this is a trade I have running right now. It is the same thing with the AUD-USD trade I have running, but the only difference with this trade is that I could not get a lower time frame entry. I only have the swing trade running right now. That's the only one I have. I could not get the lower time frame entry. I also post it once the ATP, I will post it. So what happened here? or why did we take the trade, or why is this trade even running in the first place? It's simple. When you look at it, it was an external structure break. So you can see here, look at it, look at price has been bullish for a very long time. That's the first thing I looked at. Okay, once I ascertained that the trend was very bullish for a long time, the next thing I did was, okay, what's the trend now? So when it came down, it broke the structure. This is 4 hours, mind you, and this is something that is very important. I saw this sweep of liquidity here. Now normally I know a lot of persons will buy from here, but I'm the patient one, so I waited. See, okay, there was nothing there, and eventually price did not respect. Immediately price did not respect this particular, especially this low, this one that most people refer to as what's it called now, protected low. The moment I noticed that price did not respect it, I knew I was going to be buying this week, because this happened last week. So I know I was going to be selling this week rather. I know I was going to be selling this week. So what did I do? 2 hour mitigation. I always say I don't use any POI apart from 2 hours. So price came into the fair value gap in 2 hours, mitigated it, and then I took the sell, hold it to the swing point. Then I've told you I use second swing point. So there's first swing point, second swing point. So in the lower time frame here, this is what happened. I missed the trade on the lower time frame, and it might be my own mistake, it might be my mistake. I didn't really check this thing like that yesterday. So okay, and if you see my post, I think some of you might have seen my post where I said I was waiting for some trades to take, like in the lower time frame. This is one of them too. So if you look at this, right, it's not my mistake. I did not do mistake here. If you look at this here, this is the mitigation. Okay, this is the mitigation of the POI, the 2 hour POI. Now the only thing that is left here is for price to do what? Displace. So the moment price displace, now if you look at this, is this normal or abnormal, like I've explained? Although there's nothing like abnormal, right? But I'm just like putting it in a layman English where everybody can understand. Okay, now this is not a normal break, meaning after the break of structure, price went long. So if I want to take this trade using the Fibonacci from the displacement high down to the displacement low, I would not be using 23.6, I'll use 50%, and that's the main reason why I missed the trade. So this is to tell you that, because me, I will always show you when something is correct, when I hit stop loss, and even when it's in a missed trade. So here we had a missed trade, or I had a missed trade in this level. I had a missed trade here, but it not pay me because I have a running trade in the 4 hours. So regardless, it's still a win. Okay, still a win. And so the price is close to the TP already, is around 4.46 hour. So yep, that's on ADCHF. So for CAD JPY, now for CAD JPY, it's still the same with what other JPYs are doing. I said they are ranging, and this kind of market is one that you don't want to find yourself in. You can see how choppy this is. This is the craziest of all crazy movements. So I don't like taking trades like this, so I usually will stay out of the markets in situations like this. So until there is a proper breakout, then we'll revisit taking trades like this. But for now, it's just better to leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now I have a trade running on CAD CHF though. And why did I take this trade? Why did I take this trade? You can hop in on the trade right now if you want to take the trade now. So me, I have the trade running here. You can take the trade running from the current market price down to just 2 hour that you have. So you can, I think you can see it right there now. 2.26 hour is what you'll be able to come out with if you take the trade now. So I'll leave it alone. But why did I take this trade on CAD CHF? Is just one simple thing I did. I only just went to one time frame to check for confirmation, and I saw a mitigation in 2 hours. So yada yada yada, some crazy move. Let me just show you something, chat. So I want to take a lower time frame entry move now though. So there's all this happened. Let me change this first, get to the 4 hours alone. So all of this happened in the higher time frame here. there are some things I used to look out for when I want to take a sell or a buy, and then I saw that okay, this guy is like ready to take a sell. So if you remember, I showed you how displacements work. So price kept on going up without any proper displacement, or there's no mitigation yet. This was where I was waiting for the mitigation above this level here, and now after price taps into the level here like this, there is now a mitigation, or sorry, a displacement here now. So what do you think I'm going to use? Do you think I'm going to use 50% or 23.6? 50% or 23.6? If you have been following, is this normal or abnormal? Well, the answer is simple. It is normal. There is no gap, there is no long move, you know, after that break of structure that led to the mitigation. And so I'll be using 23.6% here. There'll be 23.6% I'll use to take this trade again here. Okay, like this. So for those ones that might want to take the trade, this is the trade. If you are using let me not say it, I don't like to be petty, but for those that want to take the trade, just make sure they are not using the same take profit level with me. I don't want trouble. I don't want you to come and cry in my DM that you not get your payouts. So this is 5R or close to 4.8. So I'm going to wait for a mitigation here, and I'm definitely going to take a trade. So there's no need for you to take that one I showed you. No need. It's better to take this one. You can set your, what they call it now, sell limits orders. Your entry will be at 0.57139. Stop loss will be at 0.5188. Take profit will be at 0.56900. I'll repeat it for the last time. Your entry will be at 0.57139. Your stop loss will be at 0.5188, and your take profit will be at 0.56900. Alright, so that this is going to be the lower time frame entry. We're going to come back to it shortly, but I already have a higher time frame move running here. Okay, so I'll be waiting for it. I'll be waiting for that re-entry on the lower time frame. So let's see. After CAD CHF, we have CAD JPY. I've been CHF JPY. I've been holding this one since last week, so there's no need for me to take any trade here. There's no need to take any trade here. No need at all. No need at all. No need at all. At all. So no need here. No need. No need. No need. Okay, so next one. So this price action, as you can see, right, is still bullish. That's why I'm not saying many things there. So you can see it's still bullish. This one is a general trade that I sent, and I didn't just send it. We took it together on the live platform like this, and we took the trade together. So the trade is still running, has not hit TP yet. Whenever it's ready to hit TP, it will come out. But if you took the trade the same day that I took it, at the same time, when we were live together like this, you can close, because it's already more than 5 hours. This 9 is already more than 5 hours. Yoruba will say is a schedule, which they are doing. You want to do more than yourself. So if you've taken 5 hours, take it and rest. There's no need for you to take the whole move. Okay, so that's on CAD CHF. Then for US oil, I'm still holding this one. I sent it also as a public trade to everyone to take. It's still running and hopefully hit our TP. But if you took the trade the same time also that I sent it, you can put your stop loss to your entry to lock your trade. Okay, all right. So because there will be no need. This is like a 4-hour trade. There will be no need if your trade has already read like almost 3 hours, and then you come back, you lose the trade. You don't have a proper trade management plan. For BTC, there's nothing to say here. We missed a sell here, so there's nothing to say here. Let's go over to see Goldina, the golden era. All right, so looking at gold. Yep, we're looking at gold now. Now, gold is a very stupid pair. I'm telling you the truth. Gold is a very stupid pair. Because because I had the sell buyers here. In fact, I sent it to Telegram, and also sent it to my channel in okay, no, I sent it to Telegram and also sent it to X. Yep, I sent it to X also. That's before market closed last week. All right, before market closed last week, I sent it. So I was waiting for mitigation, but eventually price did not. So price just went down to the drawn liquidity, and it just nonsense. So I'm just going to delete it. There's nothing to do here, nothing to see here at all. So I guess, is this all? I know there's still few ones, but not everybody trade them. US oil is something that is still running. We're all loading the US oil. Then US 30 and US 100. No, I don't have any bias for this because I had it buy before here like this. I just closed it this morning. I was like, I don't want to hold it. It was not giving me, like, I could not. Let me show you. This was the exact level I bought like this. It was not giving me enough. This was just the tipping. It was not giving me enough reason to hold the buy, so I left it alone with US 100. So I guess I know I've touched all the pairs, all of them. I touched all of them. Then today is 19. Today is the 19th of May. This month is over. We only have this week and next week, and we are now in June. So today is Tuesday 19th. There was a news by 7 a.m. That's why you are seeing GBP dropping and doing all those shit. Then the only news that is left today is CAD, CPI. CPI means Consumer Price Index. But you know, some persons that usually discombobulated, they try to say, oh, should I focus on fundamental analysis? Should I focus on only technical analysis? I just tell people, focus on the one you have an edge on. There's no need to worry yourself. I understand technical analysis very well, but I don't use it. In fact, I barely use it. There's some people, after I've taken a trade and my trade has hit TP or my trade has hit stop loss, somebody will say, there's this news that did this. I'll be like, there was news. I don't know. So I don't really use them, okay? I don't really use them like that. I do not. I don't. So so if you trade card, or maybe you have a card trade running, I'm just saying this so that you be careful. You get me? I'm just saying so you be careful, so you manage your trades very well, because there are some prop firms that you use, right? They would breach you if you peradventure maybe your trade closed under 5 minutes after the news release, or you close the trade before 5 minutes before the news release. And so I'm just saying this so that you be careful. Now, for those ones, you know, that are following me, you know I'm partnered with Dollar Prime. Now, in case you want to get an account, you can get any account of your choice. The account starts from $2, a 2K account. You pick when you click the link in my bio, or you click any of my link that you see, right? Once you come here, one mistake you supposed to do, somebody did that mistake yesterday. You click on platform, you click on MT4. But in 2026, for God's sake, what I do with MT4? You click on MT5, then you select any of the payouts. Bi-weekly is the best. You just use bi-weekly. Monthly is there, on demand is there, but there are terms and conditions to using others. If you are going to use on demand, I think there is a particular rule on that. If you're going to use monthly, there's a particular. So the best one for you to use is bi-weekly. Everybody, that's industry standard, bi-weekly. Then everybody was shouting about reset option yesterday that I talked about. This is the reset option here. You see add on. You click on 50%. So it means that if I click on it like that, if I breach any of the challenge phase, maybe I'm already in phase 2. You know, it's very painful when you're in phase 2 and then you lose the account. It's very painful because you're just one step away from being funded. So you lose the account. If you're using Solar Prime now, you have this reset option. You can easily use the reset option, and then I think it's just for a very little fee, and then you get your account back and you start trading your phase 2 again. Simple as ABC. So you can see that the account start from 2k. 2k is $9. But if you click my link, I think the 2k will be $6.30. 5k is 39. But if you use my link, my own link has how many percent off? 30% off. So if you use my link, right, this one will be minus 39. This one will be $27, like that. So like that, just 10k account is $69, right? $69. So if you use the link, it will be $48. So maybe a 25k account, if you buy a 45k account, instead of it to be $129, right, you're going to be, you buy it for $90. It's very fair. So if you have a 50k account, or you choose to buy a 50k account, which is supposed to go for $252, right, you would be buying it instead for $176 if you click the link. So you don't need to put any discount code or anything. As you just click the link, the discount code is going to apply automatically, right? So I guess there's not much. We're going to meet again. And also it's very important that if you're purchasing any account, it's very important that you are also reading the rules of those accounts. There is a segment of rules. You log in, you check your favorite ask questions, and you check the rules that are there. Yeah, the day is we're not going to finish this session without me saying all that I used to say. Today is Tuesday. A lot is going to still happen during the week. Alright, a lot is going to happen during the week, but it's left for you to take advantage on everything that's going to happen. It's left for you. You don't want to make mistakes. You know, you've been complaining, oh, you did this mistake, you've been doing that mistake and all that. You don't want to carry those mistakes again into the new week. You want to be smart about it. You make sure that you are working according to plan. Alright, you make sure you are working according to plan. If you do not plan the trade, you should not take the trade. Some of you make a very silly mistake where you are taking a trade. Now, this is a mistake that most of you should do. You take a trade when you see the watch list on X, or maybe your friend sent it to you. You will now quickly take the trade. That's like the most funniest thing to do. You don't do that. Alright, you don't do that. It just means that you don't plan anything. So before the week started, you should have trades you want to take, which is the watch list, things that you are watching, and then you should have risks per trade that you want to use. You don't want to over risk. There's a case yesterday, you know, the person that I know, he over risked, then he lost his account because he used more than his risk. You don't want to over risk. There's no way I over risk on any trade. So you don't want to over leverage. Yes, leverage crazily on your edge, but don't over risk. Don't do pass yourself. If you do pass yourself, your eyes will see anyhow. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. Alright. And the last one is, this life is spiritual. Everybody is doing something. So if you think that people don't pray, you are just the one that is going to be a joke. Pray like though you don't put in the hard work, or put in the work as though you don't pray. Let everything be balanced. You get a disciplined life, or a disciplined mind will lead to a disciplined mind, or life rather. So make sure that you're always disciplined, you're always consistent, and you don't break your own rules. Alright, so I'll be ending the session here, and we're going to continue the session again tomorrow the same time also. So if you're not following, the only way you're going to know that I'm now live is when you're following me. So make sure you drop a follow, and then I'll see you tomorrow. So take care of yourself, and bye for now.